The Utah Mammoth is sorta proud to present NashCast.
What the is a NashCast?
NashCast, the only hockey show on the planet. Hosted by a human speed bag, fourth line wannabe, healthy scratch, schnozzy moto, Tyson Nash.
Who the hell is Tyson Nash?
Never heard of him.
And the baritone with a brain, the velvet hammer, Mr. Silky, Tono Suave, the radio voice of your Utah Mammoth,
Code Blue!
Mike Folta.
Oh, Captain, my Captain!
NashCast begins now.
Ready for takeoff.
Here's Tyler Ganoush and Mickey Foghorn. Wait, what? Oh, here's Tyson Nash and Mike Folta.
Feeling good. Folksy, holy. The first NashCast in the bank, brother. I missed you. It was not the same. I can promise you. Mike Commodore knocked it out of the park, but he did not. We missed the pipes of Mike Folta, but boy, did we have some fun. We had one hell of a show. And Foltz, how about, I know you've been calling every Mammoth game, but are they on a heater right now? Undefeated at home, brother.
3 in a row at home for the Tusks. And you didn't miss me, Tyson. You guys were having an absolute ball. I was
Is my nose growing?
I was safe in the radio booth from the chaos that was going on. I saw Tusky was in there with you guys. Obviously you had some great guests on the show, but I was living through it vicariously on Instagram later that night, and it looked unbelievable. And I know we have some great stories coming up with another great guest here on our episode today, but man, what a time and what a way to kick off the NashCast schedule.
What a time and what a place. I was nervous as usual, but it felt so good to be back in the saddle, back in that Delta studio. Absolutely beautiful. I forgot how nice that is. And the stories, they were flying. I mean, Paul Bissonnette. I mean, does it get any bigger or any better? Maybe the biggest personality to ever play in the National Hockey League. He is literally Howard Stern of hockey. You get a little bit nervous though, right? Like when he opens his mouth and he gets fired up, he gets excited. You don't know what's going to fly. And we had some moments for sure. I think I spit my dentures out a couple times during the show. So I think everyone is going to absolutely love it. So thank you to Spittin' Chicklets for letting us borrow Biz Nasty 2.0. We had a ton of fun.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I saw on Instagram, I'm like, oh, did they mute that, or did that go out? Did that go out over the air? I know he was beefing a little bit, or no, he's a fan of Tusky. I know he has rivalries with different mascots across the league, but I think him and Tusky are boys, right?
Oh, big time. He was so excited. I mean, literally, he was like so organic. You can't make it up. Tusky just came flying into the studio, right into the camera, and Biss was like, what is going on? Oh my God, I love this guy, because he hates Louis. He has got some mascots that are literally up on his tail, right? Just giving it to him at every turn. So Tusky and him, I think, are buddies. Tusky actually had a Biz jersey on as well. So he took the time. Tusky took the time to go out and get a Biz jersey, right? And
those are hard to find, huh?
They are, but he loved it. I mean, that was one of the best parts of the show. And how about the Mammoth? Ever since Tusky's been introduced, they haven't lost.
3-0. They picked up the win the night that you guys had the NashCast. That was a 3-2 win against the Boston Bruins. A great start for the Mountain Blue at home. We're recording this on Tuesday before their game against the Colorado Avalanche, and then it's 4 games on the road for the Mammoth. So really good start. They're above 500, and you like to see them taking care of business at home. For you guys in the studio, you got a Dylan Gunther game winner, you got a Liam O'Brien fight, and you got Vitek Vanacek making saves. I mean, like, it was a pretty vintage Utah Mammoth win. It felt like you got to see a lot of the staples, right? So what did Tommy think? I'm curious.
Oh, and Foltz, it was Perfect timing, right? So I give Kami, he was so excited. He asked for it. He goes, "Can you give me a tour of the practice facility?" Right. So I'm like, absolutely, let's get it done. The players were kind of rolling out as we were rolling in. And the first guy we saw in the parking lot was Dylan Gunther, right? I said, "Hey, Gunner, give us something to talk about tonight. It's the first NashCast. You've been a guest on the show. Do not disappoint." He said, "I'll see what I can do." And man, did he ever do it in style. Then we walk into the locker room and Kami's looking around. He's like, "What is?" He's trying on jock straps in the locker room, putting on the goaltender's helmet. I'm like, "Kami, you can't do that." Well, who walks in the door? Liam O'Brien, spicy tuna. He was excited. I don't think they've ever met. So that was obviously a cool moment in itself. And same thing, Liam O'Brien was like,
Give you something to talk about.
yeah. Don't worry, boys. I got something special for you tonight. So he scores the game before, and literally just as Biz comes on the show, he is in that scrap, right? I mean, and what a scrap it was. Kostelic he is a tough guy for the Boston Bruins. He can play, he can score. Nice addition for him, and Liam O'Brien handled himself extremely well. So, Foltz, I don't know. Let's get right to it. We got Paul Bissonnette. I hope you guys enjoy it. Right on time, we got Paul Bissonnette in the house. Biz Nasty.
Boys, what an honor. As soon as I hop on, they just started the fight. That Kastelic's a good player. I believe he came over in the Allmark trade. And he can go and he can score goals. Last year he had a big year. He might have been one of the best fourth liners in the league last year as far as goals.
Yeah.
I think he had like 15, 20 goals, but Kami, great to see you. Nasher, great to see you.
I love it, buddy. Welcome, dude. How we doing? You're buzzing. How's the game last night, dude?
The Gargoyles.
You're all over.
Tell me about this.
I can't believe you get your voice.
Oh boy, it was awesome. We got an opportunity where we try to get into the ECHL to some degree with a gentleman like a few years ago, and we tried to do it in Colorado Springs. And it just didn't work out. Like, we couldn't get a good arena lease. Like, they didn't really care to talk to us. But then another opportunity came up with this Greensboro thing where the people who put it together, they've put a lot of it together, and we had the opportunity to invest in it. And boy, did they hit it out of the park. Like Greensboro, I think there was 11,000 people in that barn there. It looks beautiful on the outside. I think it's from the 50s, so it's got character on the inside. And it was awesome to see the support that hockey gets in North Carolina, guys. Like, there must have been 1,000 Canes jerseys or merchandise. I mean, Kami, you could speak to it, man. Like, you guys kind of helped create that.
Well,
right?
yeah, it was all me. You know that, Biz. I mean, that's why hockey's in North Carolina. But I'm pretty sure Greensboro, when the Whalers moved from Hartford to Raleigh, I think for the first couple years before the rink was done, they played in Greensboro, I believe.
That's where they played.
So wait a minute. So was this team? So the Greensboro team, the Gargoyles, is this a new franchise in the last year or two, or have they been there for a little bit?
No, that was the first ever game. They just started a new team.
Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies. Okay, I did not know that.
Oh, no worries, buddy. Yeah, like the ECHL's growing pretty quickly. They just put a team in Augusta, Georgia, and I want to say that New Mexico just got a team. So now I believe with those expansion teams as well, every NHL team in AHL would have an East Coast League team now. There's 32, so you could own it independently. And why wouldn't you, man? Why wouldn't you have that whole farm system? Like hockey.
We got fights and goals. There we go.
And Biss, that's not my nose, by the way, all right? That's not my nose.
Pretty sure it is.
Oh, they're staying hot. They're staying hot.
Oh, buddy.
Biss, you know better than anyone.
Unbelievable.
You know better than anybody. Nick Schmaltz, didn't he have like a 7-point game a couple years ago? He had 3 last night, 3 and 1 last night, and he's at it again. Unreal.
He's so skilled, man. He's like, he's one of those guys when he gets hot and he gets streaky. I love watching him play. I mean, he'd been there for a few years when I was working for the Coyotes, and I feel like he just developed this really good chemistry with Keller. Now, I didn't even see if they're still playing together in tonight's lineup, but I felt like when him, Hayton, and Keller were on a line, they were cooking.
Yeah, that was a power play goal. But Biss, I got to ask you. I know you announced a week ago,
your celibacy. How's that going? How's that going for you?
Not great.
Cold
Not
turkey,
great.
buddy.
Not great.
Wow, I heard about this today.
That's why
I
the
thought I was
Leafs are
hearing things
losing.
wrong.
That's why the Leafs can't score any goals.
Because you're not scoring
make
either.
Any personal sacrifice.
You're a dangerous man.
Yeah.
You're a dangerous man right now.
No, that's awesome.
Oh,
hey, on a serious note though, like this Utah team is fun to watch. I watched them pump Calgary the other night. They dummied them all over the ice. They were physical. They were fighting. This Utah team, after having Heater on the podcast, what do we got? No way. Let's go. Buddy.
There we go.
Hey,
you got a new friend.
Hey,
Yes.
I love you. I appreciate that. We are gonna buoy up, buddy. We are gonna buoy up.
He's ready.
Hey,
I love it.
how about Nashville's mascot threw a little shade at you? Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. He can't hear. He doesn't talk, apparently, Biz.
He goes, did you see it online, Nasher? Gnarls? He goes, a prehistoric blue animal, real original. So Gnarls wants a little bit of this business.
I love
Tell
it.
him anytime he wants it, he can meet us out back in the alley. That's right, buddy. I got your back, brother. I got your back.
Hey, Biss, you know what's nice about Tusky? Is that finally there's another bigger nose in the building than yours or mine.
It's pretty close.
Is it?
It's close.
Nasher, that was one of the stipulations that Nasher put in his contract with the Utah Mammoth. The mascot has to have a bigger nose than me to take all the focus off.
I love it. I love it. Tusky, you're looking good, man.
Looking
Call
great.
me.
In love with
you're
you
the man,
already.
buddy.
Team Biz. Team Biz.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by, Tusky.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Oh, how great
I'm
is
already
that?
I'm already cooking up ideas on how to get back at Bowie, boys. I'm already cooking them up now.
Most mascots hate you, Biz. Is that true?
Yeah,
Hey, did you guys ever have any beefs or run-ins with mascots when you played, or did you have a favorite one that you really liked?
No.
I don't think. Whenever I think mascot, I think, what's the name of was it Youppi? The Montreal Expos one? From like back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the Philadelphia Phillies one?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty, like I see the videos every once
Looks
in a
like
while.
Grimace.
Yeah, he's funny.
The Fanatic?
Yeah, he's
The
funny.
Fanatic, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I never
Fanatic.
got any
The Philly
confrontations.
Fanatic.
I'll leave that to you, Biz.
I feel like Bloopy or whatever, the one that was with the Expos, was like a Canadian version of what Philly Fanatics is.
I think you're right. I think it was Youppi. Youppi.
Hey, Biz, I got to ask you, like, going back, you mentioned the East Coast League and one of that team that you own. Like, I had no idea, dude. Best part of my job is doing the research, right? And diving into your career, your journey. Everyone's journey is so different, but dude, I had no idea. Like, I know we're all good in junior. You have to be good in order to get drafted and move on to play pro. But, dude, you played for Team Canada. You fought Dion Phaneuf in that prospects game. I mean, that was insane. You were, player of the game in that one. Then you go to the East Coast League, and he's a two-time All-Star. I know it's not the AHL. I know it's not the NHL. But, dude, that's impressive, man.
So I got to spend a little time in the ECHL. So that's kind of what, like, partly connected me to like getting involved with that team. But no, I appreciate that, Nasher. I think that like all of us who eventually make it, we're pretty good at a certain level. I was fortunate where I had great development as a kid. I got to play, I get to get drafted and play as an underage, which I thought was huge. Going in as a 16-year-old, like getting that extra year development, getting to play with men and learn their tendencies. So I was fortunate enough where I was big enough and worked hard enough in the gym to be a second-round draft pick by North Bay. Got to play under 17 my first year with Team Ontario, and got to play with guys like Jeff Carter and Mike Richards, and like these guys who ended up going on playing 1,000 games who were like legends of the game. So, and then fortunately enough, I had, I played in Saginaw, and I got to go to the summer camp for under 18, and that's when you got all the guys. Right? Like there's the world championships at the end of the year. I made the team where it was like the hardest team where everybody was available. And, I was probably the last on that team, but once again, like getting over to go overseas before the season started, getting ahead a step on everybody, playing with guys like Brent Seabrook, who else? I mean, Dion Phaneuf, and like, I was very fortunate. And then when Saginaw didn't make playoffs, I got to go to the World Championship, play with a young Ryan Getzlaff. He was, he was the MVP of the tournament, and we got to win a gold medal where we were playing against Ovechkin in Russia, and they beat us 6-3 to open up the tournament. So I guess like I was just really fortunate to kind of latch onto these teams probably as like the last guy and experience it and kind of ride that wave. And I got drafted and I went to the NHL, and Tommy, you could speak to it too. I mean, you were way better than I was. Nasher, you were a better player, or we were at least similar, where the skill level is so high and these guys are just so good where you're like, dude, yeah, I'll fight 20 times a year if I could play fourth line and get the play. So it was a transition in my life, but yeah, I was lucky enough to kind of, play on some good teams and do some pretty cool stuff, like win a couple gold medals for my country. So I'm forever grateful, and I appreciate that. That's when I was a defenseman, and only 6 spots in the NHL on defense, and I was good enough in that realm.
Biz, where did you? I want to say, was it Wheeling? Where did you start? Where did you play in the coast? Was it Wheeling or no?
Buddy, I got to play in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Nailers,
right? It was.
I've never been
the
to
Nailers.
Wheeling. Okay, how's that town?
Wheeling, there's a lot of character, man. There, it's an old town. It was probably a thriving town, and yeah, I mean the Nailers is really all they got, and it was a blast. I got to play for Glenn Patrick, who was an interesting character. His brother had drafted me, Craig Patrick. So like the wildest stories, obviously, because we would take a sleeper bus, and like 6 times one year the bus would break down, and like as we were leaving the city, and like now we're scrambling to get a bus to go play wherever that game was. We were going to Johnstown one game, and our bus broke down halfway, and luckily our booster club was following us to go to Johnstown. Well, we're on the side of the highway. We're moving the bags into the booster bus so they can wait to hopefully ours gets repaired to bring the boosters over to our bus. Like, it was like,
you left the boosters on the side of the road?
Yeah, so you left them there on the highway and you took their bus?
It was cool to see that the booster club had made that sacrifice for it. Listen, listen, we weren't like, yeah, tell the boosters we're taking their bus. I think it was just kind of the coaches and them having a conversation, being like, and then being like, yeah, we'll do anything for the team. Hey, take our bus, get to the game on time, and hopefully we make it there. I don't remember whether they made it or not.
They're still standing.
They're probably still on the side of the highway, for Christ's sake.
I'm sure it was really warm.
You could have doubled up with them at least. Holy jeez, you just leave them there.
I want to take.
Biss, I got to ask you, Keith Yandel, I talked to him. He's been unbelievable on your show. What an addition, right? I mean, there's not a better dude on the planet, but he told me to ask you. I have no clue what he was talking about. He didn't tell me the story. Your first apartment in Arizona, he said, was like absolutely bomb zone, hostile zone. But he said there was some story with you in a sushi restaurant across the street.
Okay, so that's when like Toopin was a thing on Twitter. That's when you're taking a shit and tweeting Toopin.
Okay.
So I got to Arizona, and I was a single guy. I just up going to rent an apartment. I was across the street from Sushi Brokers. It was it was a very modest living circumstance. My rent was $700 a month back then.
He's playing in the NHL,
which is very cheap.
Perfect.
But hey, hear me out though. Like it was like decent. It had whatever I needed for the kitchen. Like it had a nice pool if you wanted to go lay by the pool. Like, it was. I'm from Welland, Ontario, man. This is like a 5-star resort to me. And he ends up like dropping me off the first time, and he's like, "You don't live here, do you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I live here." He thought I was like pulling his leg. And he's like, I gotta get bulletproof glass windows to drive you to your car. I'm like, yeah, shut up. Like, he's like, I'm gonna put a bulletproof vest on next time if I drive you home. Like, he was just being an idiot. And one time I ran out of toilet paper, so I went across the street to take a shit at Sushi Brokers. And they had an extra rollout.
Right to the bathroom.
they had a half a rollout on top of the John, so I'm like, I probably won't be going to the Target later, so I'll just take this half a roll home, make sure I'm good at least for the next.
He plugged the toilet and then he stole the toilet paper.
Ran across Scottsdale Road, didn't order anything, and stole their toilet paper.
But time out. I would eat there twice a week, though. It wasn't like I never ate there. So,
okay, so
I
you're
felt
familiar.
bad having to go over there. But
you go
at
back
least
after?
I would like support the business. I wasn't just squatty pottying and clogging up their toilets.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, they're like, who was the guy? Where'd he go? And there's like unreal. They're like, hey, where'd the guy go? And there's a trail of toilet paper on my bottom foot, leading me all the way up.
No wonder why you had the Houston's incident. Hey, maybe that's what happened there.
Yeah, I ran into an old sushi broker's waitress.
Pissed off.
She's like, that's the guy. That's the guy.
Stole the toilet paper. Didn't order anything.
That's the guy who left a redwood in our toilet.
Didn't flush either.
Hey, listen. We got to talk a little hockey. This Utah team is impressive.
I agree.
Are you guys loving them or what?
Loving them, dude. Like the youth, right? They're still young. Like, I know they're talking about the playoffs and it, I hope it happens, but my God, like that Dylan Guenther, this guy is a poor man's Steven Stamkos. This guy's going to score 50 at some point in this league. And how about that contract, Biss? I know the salaries and the money they're paying these guys.
Oh yeah, good timing.
It's flipped overnight. And like that contract will be the best contract, maybe it already is, on the planet that Bill Armstrong signed.
No doubt. Yeah, perfect timing for him. Kind of sucks, it seems, for Logan Cooley because I think he's understanding where it's all going. And I don't know those special players where if he continues on this trajectory for the rest of the year, like he's kind of got him by the balls.
Yeah.
I hope it gets done soon.
Yeah.
But I view the Guenther deal as kind of like when they signed Keller, when you were like, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, you're getting a workhorse night in, night out, a point per game player, setting the example in the locker room. So, I mean, how many years does Keller have left? Because I kind of view it like a bargain like that.
Yeah, not enough. Not enough years left.
We were talking about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier, and I'm all for players getting paid. Don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome, but it is crazy how in the last, call it, 15 to 20 years, how like it used to be, you have to put your time in, and maybe you get a little bit of raise, you get qualified or whatever. Where now, if you're lucky enough to get a break when you're young, and if you could put a year or two together, you are getting paid like life-changing money immediately. Imagine if he would have signed a deal like that at like 23. Oh my God, it'd be a catastrophe. Here's $50 million. You're 22 years old.
I like how you ended that. And you wouldn't be. This guy would be at Tao Beach with hundreds on his titties.
I'm rich.
We'd all be dead. Let's put it that way.
Oh, Kami was a legend when he partied. Like Kami was one of those guys where yeah.
Yeah, he went to bed early last night. He's like, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I got a big show tomorrow.
I'm not saying now. I think he's a good boy now, but I'm saying in his heyday, like Kami was a legend, man. Like
when he
like
drove
the
Uber,
Bruckheimer
is that what you mean?
tournaments. Like,
when he drove Uber just to pick up chicks.
I think we went to did you tell him about the night, Bruckheimer? I ended up going up to the room early. It was just after we got back.
Yes.
And then you took the boys to the craps table, and then you won just over 20 grand, didn't you?
Well, the table did. So I didn't even know how to play craps. To this day, if you send me to a craps, we all went down there, and so I tried rolling for the first time, and we got hot. I didn't win 20 grand, but the table won like 20. Actually, it might have been more than 20. I think one of the guys
more than 20, buddy. Certain guys were like,
I didn't win
man.
20. I would tell you if I won $20,000 at the craps table. Literally, that's the
Yo,
only
look
time I've
at
ever
Kami
played.
dodging taxes now, eh?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Las Vegas. I've never been there.
He's like, what's your badge number, Biz?
Hey, I've never been to Vegas, Biz. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're calling your accountant. You're like, hey, let's we're gonna have to audit that 2020 two account there. Biz is blowing me up on the NashCast.
Those tournaments were fun,
but
though.
going back
Biz?
to your,
Remember the
What's that?
Bruckheimers? How many years were we at Bruckheimers together? 3,
oh,
4?
buddy,
God, those days are over.
those were unbelievable.
Yeah, those were fun.
Oh,
you ever
those
do
days
one of
were,
those?
those were
No,
a joke,
I never got
dude.
invited.
I went to
Nasher never
2
got
of them.
invited. I thought everybody got invited. I guess Nasher didn't.
Nasher, oh my God. I'm like, what is this? And I went 2 years, and then I tapped out. I'm like, I can't. I think it was setting me back like 7 years of age every time you go.
It was.
Because you just go on a 5-day heater.
Oh, heater.
They got one rule: you got to show up for the hockey. So guys are like stumbling in out of the bar and like getting on the bus to go play hockey.
Catastrophes. And
It was
you have
nuts.
You have to show up.
I remember Jerry Bruckheimer, when
gotta
we were in
play.
LA, he'd always come in the locker room. Chris Pronger knew him super well, a bunch of the other guys. He comes right ripping in the locker room when the game's over. And he's like, where's Al McInnes? Where's Al McInnes? He's in the shower. He walks right into the shower. And it's like, hey, Al, nice hammer. And he's having a full conversation with Al McInnes in the shower. I'm
Hall of
like,
Famers
this
trying
is
to shower.
unbelievable. I'm like, it's Jerry Bruckheimer. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in the locker room. I'm like, where am I? Like, this is craziness.
Oh, ridiculous.
Cuba's still running around. I saw him not that long ago. He's still playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
him.
is a
He
good
loves
guy.
hockey. Loves it.
Biz, I want to ask you this question. I don't want to get off topic, but I want to get
Going
this
back
before
to your question about well, I was going to answer the one you asked before, but these kids are getting paid off of like trajectory now, and that's just kind of the league kind of switched over. And bringing up the money, man, like shout out to Glenn Healy and the alumni or the Players Association and what they've been able to do for some of the alumni, because like these guys are going to be making in the 20s of millions of dollars before we know it. There were some guys who put in hard miles who set the foundation for that to happen, and shout out to like the founding fathers and the old school guys, the Kelly Chases, you know, the Bernie Federkos and all those guys who still help raise money and bring awareness to the alumni. So I just hope that these new guys, as they start making the real extreme money, just remember how it all got set up.
I couldn't
and
agree
now these
more.
guys are.
It's important that you don't forget. You know, I'm not talking about like our age, but you know,
No,
the
you,
older
Tommy,
guys.
you're just as big a part of that,
Well,
buddy.
yeah, but you know, the guys that, you know, they weren't making very much money and they were working in the summers and you know, their insurance, you know, nobody really talks about it when you're playing. Once you're done playing, like health insurance ain't cheap around here. And, you know, for some of those guys, they don't have the funds. So I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
Wow, we had that. Were you part of the lockout? You missed the full season?
Yeah, it's right back to the jungle.
I mean, that was
Finally signed a one-way deal, right back to the jungle.
That literally was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we missed an entire year just to take a cap in the end, right? I mean, it just shows you. Like Gary Bettman, now that I'm on the other side of it though, Biss, I don't know what you think, but I think he's the most brilliant man in sports, really. Like as far as a commissioner goes, what he's done for the game, where it's at, like it's never been healthier and players have never made more money and they have a pension now, which I know, like I could use that pension, right? And we don't have that, but I would have taken that pension over a year's salary.
Yeah, I'm pro Gary Bettman. Like I think that there was some personal sacrifice at the time that like going to the hard cap situation, like maybe at the time the players didn't understand it and you know, it kind of did suck. And other like Alan Walsh will argue there shouldn't be a hard cap system because it's like essentially like the owners win on that because like the best players maybe aren't making what they should be, but I think it's made the league so much healthier, and now it is getting to the place where those guys will be compensated to what they should be getting paid. So it kind of sucks that there was that gap we just talked about where guys did take you know, discounts and in order to sacrifice to get the league healthy. But yeah, there was a lot of good moves made to get it to where it is now, and I think he's hit it out of the park, and hockey's on a heater, and I believe that like the owner should be kissing his ass because I believe that out of all the major sports, the percentage of growth is the highest in the NHL right now as far as franchise values. Like that, I might be completely off base on that, but based on percentage over the last like 5 years, they've skyrocketed. I want to say that Maple Leafs have doubled.
I'm pretty sure I just heard on the radio, like literally yesterday, that on one of the radio stations that the new for an expansion fee is now $2 billion.
Yeah.
NHL.
$2 billion.
$2 billion.
I
plus like
would say that
500
they
and some fund. I'm like, Jesus.
I would probably say that somebody could maybe sneak in for 1.5, 1.7 right now. It's definitely, as far as the other major sports, like the most undervalued as far as like, where you can actually buy in at. Like you try to buy a baseball team, it's hard. There's not a lot of hockey teams that are worth more than baseball teams, but
you're going to sneak in at 1.7.
You keep going the way you're going, you're going to own when are you buying an NHL team, Biz?
Oh yeah, right. Those, buddy, we're in the ECHL, just where I belonged as a player, and just where I belong as a fractional owner.
You can't afford to tell any more lies, Biss. Your nose is already big enough, all right? Like, I was at your 40th birthday party. That house of yours, dude. Oh,
I heard it's unreal.
Off the charts.
Yeah. We did a fun project that took a while. I appreciate that. It was a fun thing. We did like a restore on an old home, and yeah, it's a funky place. And I got this friend, Jackie the Alien, who I've been friends with forever. And, she kind of been going through a hard time, and we had the exact same birthday. So we kind of threw a collaborative birthday, and it was awesome to have everybody there. Nasher was there, like Bob Heathouse was there, who, we both worked with. So I don't think Walshy swung by, but Taylor Pyatt, Ray Whitney. So I invited you, Commie. I don't think you ended up coming by though, right?
I was out of town. I
No worries, buddy,
but. And I was going to come up because
no worries.
The day before, I wish I would have heard this place is a palace. You've come a long ways from stealing toilet paper from sushi brokers. I was going to come up.
A little bit.
Have a party up at Buffalo
I actually
Chip? And it rained?
Yeah, we went to Buffalo Chip on the Friday. I mean, if you're going to Scottsdale as like a bachelorette, like I don't like going to the Vortex anymore. The one thing I like going to do is going to like I would say it's an SPHL rodeo. You might not see a guy last 8 seconds on the bull, but you can line dance. You're going to get the most authentic experience of what a rodeo should be. And that's out in Cave Creek. So anybody watching, if you're ever there, like it's a no-brainer. And Nasher, would you ever get on one of those, or have you ever gotten on one of those?
That's unbelievable. You just asked me that. So when I played, we went up there. I signed the waiver. They didn't even have the helmet back then. So now they throw you on the bull, and you have a helmet on, a hockey helmet on.
Yeah,
back then they didn't have it. So I get on this bull. We got the whole team there, and I just give her on this thing. And the bulls aren't like the real bulls in the rodeo, but they're still bulls. They're still like bucking.
You're not riding world champions, but these are bulls.
So I get bucked off. Like, I don't think I lasted 8 seconds. I know I didn't. I had about 8 Ryan Diets, Coke, just slamming them down. I land on my shoulder. I separate my shoulder.
Oh, boy.
So the next day at practice, they drag me into the locker room. I get my gear on somehow, and I go out there early, and all of a sudden I skating up the ice, and I pretend to slide into the boards.
Smart.
They get the trainer out there. The trainer comes out, and he's like, what the heck happened? I'm like, oh, my shoulder. Because otherwise I wouldn't have got paid. I would have lost 100%. My paycheck for sure.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you did that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Stupid. I'm a little loony. But it's in my family. My uncle was a four-time.
Were the trainers aware that you did it, or was it just the guys on the team?
Just the guys obviously knew. I think it got out later, but it was an extra tip at Christmas. I can tell you that. It was a big one.
No doubt.
And I'm tight.
So you guys both know Terry Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
I think he had a similar situation where they weren't going to cover his dental in the coast because he lost his tooth somewhere else, and it was like extremely loose and black from like it being dead. And then he did that in like a coast practice where the trainer's like, hey, if you do it on the ice, I can get you your teeth covered. And so he literally forced it in his mouth, where he ended up losing his teeth actually. So they covered all his dental.
He's Newfoundland, right? I mean, they're a little different out there.
That's what happens when you don't brush your teeth, Terry.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Biss, I think but our favorite part of the show is a Nash crasher, and we got a real special one for you here.
Wow, Mom, you put on the makeup for this one, eh? Look at you. You're all dolled up.
When they called me this afternoon, I said,
but here's the problem. They got...
What's that?
Here's the problem, boys, is they got Canadian internet. and it's going to be awful. Canadian internet.
Oh, we're working on it. Canadian internet's
Nope,
not up to speed well enough.
I think that it goes back to the provider. I've asked them, I said, hey, bump up the internet as high as you can get in and out. And I think this is the max that it gives. So we might be in trouble.
We're reconnecting.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Here we go.
How are you? Hey, how you doing? Hi, how are you?
Hi, Tyson.
Boys, I'm telling you, No, I'm telling you, it's their internet. It's Canadian internet. It's brutal.
Quiet.
It's brutal. This is going to happen the entire time.
Well,
Mom, we got to get you Starlink. Hey, Nasher, could we get a Starlink advertisement for this show?
Hey, we got to talk to Elon.
Somebody call Elon. Get them all.
Let's bring in Elon. He can buy a team at 1.7 billion. We'll cut a deal with him because he can afford that, and then we'll get Starlink for Cam and Yoli.
okay.
Sounds good.
Can you hear us?
Okay, not bad.
Okay.
You deserve a medal, Mrs. Bissonnette. You deserve a
Yeah,
medal for raising this kid.
Yeah, what was Paul like as a kid? I can't wait to
Oh
hear.
my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Keep it
I thought he
PG,
was
Mom.
Oh,
Keep
quiet.
it PG.
Okay. No, I thought he was going to be a lawyer because
Oh,
every
yeah.
time that I talked to him and I'd say, Paul, and he'd say, oh, but, every time. And I'd say, Paul, you're going to be a lawyer. And he said, no, I don't think so. I want to be a hockey player.
And then there you.
Yeah.
No, well, first I used to do Legos, and then she's like, "Oh, you're going to be an architect." And then I would argue with her so much that she's like, "Oh, you're going to be a lawyer." And then by the time high school graduation came around, she's like, "I'm just doing this kid's homework so he can graduate high school. He ain't doing nothing other than hockey."
That's the truth. And that's the truth.
But she'd be helping me write assignments at like the 1 yard line. It's like do by midnight type thing. I'm like, Mom.
Yeah.
But he was a good kid. He was a good kid.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Oh,
Yeah. Guess who's coming over this weekend?
Who?
Vince and Joanne. They're coming over. Bissonnette, your first billets.
Yeah, my billets, my first year in
North
North Bay.
So they're coming over. And then on Saturday, we're going out with your favorite fans. Yeah. Marsha and Dennis.
Mom,
And
I don't
Tommy.
think the people at home, I mean, maybe the billet thing, because that could lead to a story, but I don't know if they want to hear our plans for the week. Why don't you, hey,
It's super cool that you guys still keep in touch. I don't think anyone keeps in touch much with their billets. I mean, that's pretty special.
oh yeah, they're great.
They're good people.
Well,
Awesome.
we've known them 24 years. And every year we talk all the time. And then once a year we get together. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody loves Paul.
Well,
Right.
no, it takes a village, as we know, boys. Like, Tommy, I don't know. I know you went and played in university. Did you maybe go play junior away from home at a young age? And Nasher, obviously you did because you were in Kamloops, right? So you go to billets and you live there. Like those people are now raising you, and they're hopefully cooking you great meals and being a good support system. So I've always kept in touch with my billets, even the ones from Saginaw. The Emmeneckers, Dan Emmenecker. So, I mean, you guys know how important billets are.
Absolutely, the best, the most important, no question. I know your mom was going to tell. I was talking to your sister. Your sister Natalie set this whole thing up. I'm not going to talk about the brunch story. I know it's an absolute beauty, but she was telling me, Biss, that you used to love to play hide and seek. Hide and seek when you were a kid with her and your cousin, and they would send you off to hide, and they would leave you there and forget about you.
I think that was more to just shut me up. And they were like, let's just tell them we're playing hide and seek, tell them to go hide, and then just all three of us sit down and watch television, and he probably won't come back for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So
And
I
it's
was just,
probably true.
yeah, just an absolute loser, just getting dummied by the family.
Oh my God, you were so.
Paul, do you get to?
Oh my God, you.
No, go ahead, Commie. It's the internet's tough. It's
Yeah.
hard doing the three ways. So go ahead, Commie. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just going to ask, do you get to go home and see your parents much anymore? I know you're traveling a lot. I was going to ask you about it.
I'll be going back in November for one of the Amazon games. I know my dad and his good buddy Todd Bull, who's a huge Leafs fan, are gonna come up. I was just there, and my sister and her two kids and husband. She's got twins, a boy and a girl, Carson and Emmy. And then I'll probably get down to Welland at some point early November to go see everybody, and pop in, and like I get to see. I keep I run a pretty tight ship when I go home. Like I just kind of like to hang out with them, like and stay at the house and do a couple meals there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
And we like that because we don't get to see him often enough. Oh, he does call. Yes.
Oh, I talk to my mom all the time. Like my dad doesn't really say much on the phone. I'll go an hour deep with my mom some days.
And
Cameron's just watching the Blue Jays with his hand in his pants like Al Bundy.
Oh, that's what he's going to be doing after this.
He's eating his eating potato chips out of his belly button with one hand down his pants, like watching the Blue Jays.
Hey, Paul, after he's talking to you and Tyson, I'm going downstairs to watch Game 6.
Oh, I'm not shocked, buddy. I know, and you're gonna have Lay's potato chips in your belly button in about 6 minutes.
No.
And then he goes to the vanilla ice cream in the freezer. And then he does vanilla ice cream out of the freezer. And he's got the little skinny. He's got the skinny fat belly. He's got the little skinny fat belly walking around like a Frenchman.
You're jealous, Paul.
You're just jealous, yeah.
Hey, Biss, I want to know what the kids, your little nephews, what do your little nephews call you? Uncle Biz Nasty?
Yeah, what do they call me? I don't know. I don't remember, Mom.
Uncle Paul.
Yeah.
And they miss you because they don't see you often enough.
Yeah. Well, I saw him the other day, right? So I brought him to that. Yeah. No, I get to see him probably a couple times a year, and they sprout like weeds. But yeah, Uncle Paul. My sister and her husband do a great job of raising the kids, and yeah, they got an awesome family. And the guy, you always hope that your sister marries a legend, right? And he's a legend.
Oh yeah, he's a good husband.
Provider.
Yeah,
good husband.
And you're a great son because we love living in your house.
Hey, you're the best. You know what? Although I caught him at brunch laying wood to my sister right before I was about to eat Cam and Yoli's pancakes at brunch, Paul's a good guy. You know, other than that moment, just taking Natalie to the woodshed.
Yeah.
She said that she should make a shirt with the Reebok earring, she said. I don't know what that means.
Oh my God.
The one thing though is like the Bissonettes, we can laugh about stuff like that. We don't take ourselves too seriously, right? Life ain't that serious. Grandma was good at that, right? Like she.
Yeah. Grandma was she was good.
Yeah. She was
the
best.
Yeah, she was.
But you guys are awesome. And shout out to Cameron. And since I got you on here, Dad, I'll pump your tires. All those 4 or 5 hour car rides, going to tournaments, staying overnight. Those are good times, man. We battled. We had some great minor hockey teams for Welland. We had 7 guys drafted to the OHL my draft year. Like, I owe a lot of my success to Welland, the coaches there, like the sacrifice that the dads put in.
Yeah.
These guys used to get pickled in the hallway at the hotel. Pickled. All the boys, those. They would. My dad would drink a half a case of beer. Like they go to bed. You know, the old men in Welland used to crush the OVs, just get after it.
Those are good times, man.
No, but remember they used to go to the Rex before all your games, and they would have the coach's corner. all the
Oh yeah, like
sponsors,
they
eh?
knew what they were talking about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for
We
sure.
would drop you off at the rinks to get dressed, and then the father would go to the Rex and have a couple of
Yeah.
beers.
And your dad was renowned for doing the best Caesars.
Yeah, no, he liked to crush his Caesars.
Yeah.
That's a smart tender.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were wonderful. We love you just the same.
Oh, you guys are the best. Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing him on. What a surprise.
Well, thank you guys so much. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Bissonnette,
Yes,
for
thanks.
coming on.
You're very welcome.
With all the money he's making, maybe you can pay your internet bill.
Forget
My,
Starlink.
my goodness, Biss. Like, what the heck
Well,
is going
hey,
on?
they're in my house. I might as well fix the internet, right?
Listen, we had Denise's neighbor came over this afternoon to make sure that this worked. He went downstairs and he says, "Oh my God, what a crappy computer you've got. You've got to talk to Paul and tell him to buy you a
That's
bigger
right. Get
one."
off your wall.
And then
Okay.
he came upstairs
Get off your wallet,
and he
Biz.
said, "Oh my God, your iPad is terrible." And then finally we got you on the phone.
Yeah.
But
All right.
we're so happy we
Okay,
did.
Yeah.
hey, laptop's on the way.
Okay.
Thanks, hey, Tyson.
Tyson, thank
Thank you
you.
for organizing this.
I love you guys.
I love you.
Thanks, Paul. Good night, love.
Bissy, is Biss still with us? No, is he gone?
Oh yeah.
Bissy, if you're there, I know you got to get going. I think you're in New York City. I'm sure you.
Oh boy.
Remember, you're celibate right now, okay? New York City, that's a dangerous place. And you got a loaded gun, so be careful out there. But
Good luck.
but you're the best. I don't know if he's still here or not, but
I'm still here.
just so proud
guys
of you,
there?
man. And obviously, I love seeing guys' second careers, right? What they do, and no one's done it better, buddy. You paved the way for all of us, the podcast, the social media, and just love to see you having so much success, buddy.
Couldn't agree more.
Hey,
Nasher.
boys, I'm
Thanks,
still
Biz.
here. Oh, there you are. Okay, perfect.
Now we got you.
I heard everything you said, buddy. I appreciate you guys having me on, and right back at you, buddy. I'm happy that you're in Utah and growing the game there, and everything's thriving in your guys' world. Kami, you're a beauty. You were always so kind to me throughout the years, buddy. I got to party with you at the Bruckheimer. I
Yeah,
love
we
to
did.
see you guys doing good.
did.
You know what? When you retire too, boys, like you're not going to the rink every day, so you kind of miss that camaraderie. And like whenever you see the old hockey guys, it kind of just you need it, right? It's ingrained in us. So keep buzzing and right back at you. I love you, boys. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, Biz.
Hey,
Appreciate it, buddy.
And
Hey, and I wanna come
and
see your
Nasher,
house.
let's get 100%. And one more thing, I'll be going to Utah. Let's tease it now. We're doing a live NashCast. We're bringing Bob Heat House. We're coming in. We're gonna do a tour of the facilities. I'm gonna be hanging out with Snuffleupagus, the mascot, and Kami. Would love to have you in that
I'd love to,
week
yeah.
again. Maybe we sit on the glass. And shout out to the technical crew in the background who had to put all that whole ordeal together. We love you guys.
They're working
Thanks,
hard
Bissy.
back there. Thanks, Biz.
Be safe, brother.
Love you guys.
The absolute best.
There
The
we are.
absolute best. So
He is a good dude.
That's a period in the books.
It's a period in the books.
I
Yep.
think,
We need some new internet in Canada.
yeah.
But that's a period in the books.
Well, there you have it, folks. Like, I don't know what to say. Honestly, like, I had my Commodore all day long. I played golf with this guy, and it is belly laughs all day. The way this guy handles himself, just his demeanor overall. I hope everyone at home really enjoyed it. I know we did. Having a co-host come in, take the time, right, to leave home. He spends his time in Arizona, so to show up. We had so much fun over the entire weekend, really. Lake Effect, we shut it down a couple nights. I think we drank it dry a few of those nights. So Mike Commodore, he came in hot, and he did not disappoint. And then obviously Paul Bissonnette, the show that he put on, the stories that he was telling, the visuals that I now have of his dad watching Blue Jays baseball. I mean, I almost vomited at times. I literally couldn't stop laughing thinking about, him, like a lot of us guys do, not me and you, but how we watch games. He's got, where his hand is, the potato chips in his belly button. I mean, it was priceless. So I apologize if we offended anybody, but again, what do you say? It's Paul Bissonnette. The guy brings the personality, and he did not disappoint.
He's one of the best, probably the best personality in hockey right now, and maybe in sports media. What did Kami? Am I stupid here? Did Kami do TV before Nasher?
I
Has
don't
he
think
done media?
I honestly, I mean, he's had a lot of attention over his career, after his
Right.
career. He has his own podcast that's doing really, really well. He told me we actually were supposed to start a podcast before Spitting Chicklets even started. It was called In One. And I know my boss at the time was like, you can't do it. You're on TV. The stories that are going to be happening, you just can't do it. You can't be associated with it. Imagine how rich we would if we did with that guy at the helm running the ship. But yeah, you would think that he did TV before because he is just so smooth. He was on the pregame show.
Yeah.
He's still talking about the practice facility and how nice everything is for those Utah Mammoth players, right? The excuses are now gone. We know that because we're around it on the day to day. But
Yeah.
it was a ton of fun.
It looked like a ton of fun, and I'm glad that we had Mike Commodore come in because you guys played off each other so well. And I know I haven't done one of those shows with you in the studio, Tyson, but I know just from like working in media and from sitting in those chairs for 30 seconds with the lights on, that when you're sitting there and those lights are on and the camera's on you for that long, like you're drenched in sweat at the end of that night. Like it is like physically exhausting to have the lights and the camera on you for that long. And hopefully it started to feel natural towards the end of it because it looked natural all throughout. So it was a ton of fun.
Yeah, I think for both me and Kami. I mean, Kami said he's a sweaty guy normally, so I think they got to replace the seat cushions because we sweated right through them, right? So you mix the heat, the lights from the cameras. You're right, but also the nerves, right? You're extra nervous for that first show, and there's so many technical issues that have to align as well. So we apologize. I think everyone behind the scenes, our great editors, Nick, thank you. The job that they do to make this TV ready because we had some Wi-Fi issues. Biss was just ripping his parents for their lack of Wi-Fi. First of all, they're in Canada, so it sucks anyway. But he was calling for Starlink from Elon Musk because they were completely frozen for literally 90% of the show. But Mrs. Bissonnette, everyone saw it. She was dialed up. Biss was so shocked and excited to see his parents on the show, first of all, but then to see her with her nice glasses. She was dressed up. The makeup was on, and he just tore his dad apart. It was so funny. Like you can just imagine, right? That's the Bissonnette household. We got an inside peek at what goes on at the dinner table, and it was absolutely priceless.
About how the Frankenstein was created. No, that was a really cool that was a really cool moment in the show. It's kind of what Nash Crash is all about, right? That's a big part of the show. So glad that we're kind of off the runway here. Like, right, the bird's in the air. You guys are cruising. When's the next one, Nasher? I don't have the schedule in front of me. When's like I can pull it up on Instagram here.
No, I got her here, buddy. I got her here somewhere. I got it. November 22, I think.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
New York Rangers, baby. New York Rangers, November 22nd. Then we're taking a game off against the Vegas Golden Knights. I might even be on radio with you that night, buddy. So I cannot wait. And then we got November 26th, Montreal Canadiens in the house. So we don't know who the next co-host is going to be. Hopefully, Kami enjoyed himself that much that he's willing to come back at least for one of those shows late in November. But again, I hope everyone continues to follow along. We NashCast Official on Instagram, NashCast Official on YouTube, and on X as well. So hopefully you guys tune in, give us a follow, and watch these stories because some of them are absolutely priceless.